Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. This is part two of multiple corners or multiple clones. Sorry, and I thought I'm going to start from the scratch and just show people how to do that. And for some reason, I'm getting rounded corners, and I don't want rounded corners. That should take care of it. And then I'm going to make this thicker. Well, I'm still getting rounded corners. That's irritating. Shouldn't be an end cap. I don't want beveled corners. I want flat corners. There we go. So now I'm going to go to object and convert the outline to an object. I'm going to left click, right click. I decided I would just go through all the steps on how I kind of came up with the whole idea. And don't use the parallel measuring tool to draw a line. And I'm going to put everything in the center of the page. Makes life a little easier. And then I'm going to take this line, and this is one of the reasons that makes it easier. I'm going to make a duplicate. I'm going to rotate it 60 degrees, and then Control D. And I'm going to actually make 6 clones this time. So I'm going to take the Smart Fill tool. Let's see how big this thing is. Less than 2 inches, so we're going to nudge factor of 3 is fine. I'm going to make that purple. I'm going to make the next one yellow. I'm just nudging it over. Green. And this time we're going to be able, because my line is thicker, I ought to be able to see, the other one before, some of our lines were invisible because they were on top of each other. We're going to try to get away from that with this. I'm trying to find a color I haven't used. I haven't used the blue. So when we have something like that, let's move it over here now. I wouldn't get rid of it in case I need to mess it up. See, this gentleman actually sent me 3 pages of information on this, and I still don't. I'm almost 100% sure I'm doing it right. And this would be a really good one for a clone hotkey, and I used to have one. Clone, and then I'm going to nudge it over. And so I'm going to have 6 clones this time. I'm just going to edit and clone. And if I had a hotkey, I could already been done. But I don't right now. I don't really know why Corel doesn't have a hotkey. So this is our, if we make that black, it makes our clone black. Now, this is where you're going to want to take snap to object off, because these aren't going to really snap to each other very equally. The best thing to do in this case is 1.121. 1.121. I'm hoping this will work. And it did. And there is a way to mathematically figure out, but I'm not going to take the time right now. I'm just going to hit the plus key, and I'm going to try to just, see, I don't want it snapping to, because it would try to snap to the center. And I'm not there, but once you get off of it and start nudging it with a smaller number, it will not, and because these are individual, I'm going to just call it good, because I cannot, well, you know what, I can probably back up. There we go. I can back up and try it again. And I'm still off a little bit, but I'm going to call it good and then Control D. And, this would take some time. And if you use smaller nudge key. But see, now we can see all 6 colors. And if we make this red blue, we make the yellow, light blue, you're changing all of them, and you can see all 8 colors. Now, let's change this to something darker, because that way, 2 colors So I'm hoping this is what he, and we probably wouldn't want a blue that's on top of a purple, but we'll make it a light purple. So I'm hoping that's what he was wanting to do. And see, I don't have them very close, so they're not perfectly matched. And because I just don't think you can snap to because let's try this. Let's try Control G because we're going to have to um, be able to control it so we can get right on top of it and then use the, with nothing selected, change your nudge factor to like 0.01. And then you can zoom in and just nudge this. I'm hoping by grouping I haven't messed up my clone. Got really lucky there. Then that might be the best key, is just do that. Now let's try ungrouping everything, so in case I mess something up. Now let's try our clone tool. And it worked. So now everything's back and I can change the color of each clone. Yeah, you can put an outline around them. Change the color to green, take away the outline, do a lot with it. So this makes a little bit more sense on multiple clones. Because what I like about it, you can see it in real time. This is purple, 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 purple. Where before we had, the one that was on top was the predominant color. Anyway, I hope that answered his question, and thank you for watching.